Good morning, Rajat. Thank you for joining in today's feedback session. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, sir. What about you, sir?
I'm also doing great. Thank you for asking. So, after you have given the last interview, what are the homeworks that you have done so far?
Sir, I got the questions where I got stuck, and I'm writing the possibility like where I'm will be correct, or I'll make some notes on that. What are like
Okay,
I research on the internet how uh, different persons put up their answers in the interviews.
that's great. So, it's a very good habit that you do the homework by your own research and see where are the mistakes that you have done in the previous interview. Because when you search for more things, you get to know many other things as well. So,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
So, I'll just quickly start sharing the screen and we'll start with the process. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good morning, Rajat. Thank you for joining in today's interview. How are you doing today?
Sir, I'm completely fine. Thank you, sir.
Great. So, Rajat, since you have come up for today's right, so here a question was asked to you that someone greeted you, right? So you mentioned that you are completely fine. When someone greets you and asks you how are you reply back to that person stating that how are you? Okay. So I am good. How about you? So like the way you asked today. So similarly, you need to ask during the time of interview as well. So that will help the interviewer to build up a rapport, and also you are going to you'll also try to build up a nice atmosphere during the time of interview by communicating properly. Okay. Interview. Can you please brief me about your profile?
Okay. Uh, Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Rajat Man, born and brought up in Pilani, that is in Rajasthan. I'm a hardworking graduate, engineering graduate from Arya College of Engineering and IT, specialized in electronics and communication. Along with my degree, I have completed learning of Java language, through which I made up my mind to become a software tester. I'm good at self-learning, and I'm passionate to work for this company and enhance my critical and logical skills. On coming my hobbies, I love to read about the new technologies which are in the trending. So it also keep me updated in the market. That's all about me, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So you have put up your points very strongly. It was a very nice introduction that you had given. However, there are a few things, not few things. One thing that I would like to tell you that the first sentence that you mentioned that I have born and brought up in your state or with the place that you have mentioned. So born and brought up is an old English. We do not say that. We say born and raised. Okay. So I am born and raised in your state or whatever
Yes.
location you want to say. Okay. So yes. And the rest points you have clearly mentioned that you have started learning or you have learned Java and you then decided to move into software testing. So your voice was very strong. For that reason, it reflected your personality that you want to be a tester. Okay, so that is the best part about it. You are from a background of electronics and telecommunication, and right now you have decided to be a software tester. So why did
Yes.
you decide software testing when there are so many other technologies available in the market?
So when I was learning Java, and the first thing I saw that what are the platform where I can go from Java. So the first one I saw that is software tester, and I explore it and I love it. Like there are many challenges which I saw, the testing scenarios, and there are many things, many puzzles, many challenges are there. And the one thing like these tester, all these testers, they deliver the quality product to the customer, which I love to be in the team. So that's why I choose software tester as a career.
So once again, a commendable job over here as well. See, you have mentioned the points very clearly. That and the best part that you mentioned is that you want to deliver quality products because it is the responsibility of the tester to ensure that the product that is launched should be the best quality. So that is the key point when you tell you that why you want to be a tester, that it's a customer centric approach and everything that you can highlight, but you have highlighted in the best way. So as you mentioned there, term that you mentioned a lot, many things. Okay. So instead of
Yes, sir.
mentioning many things, if you can come up with some examples that you tried, I guess in between you told something about test cases or test scenarios, something like that. So many things can be many things, but you have to specify those things, that what challenges you came or what are the things that the testers do which you liked about the most, and then you can put across your point. Okay, so cite the examples.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. So what do you think should be the qualities within a
Okay,
good
sir.
software tester?
Sir, best qualities. Okay. First one is logical skills, because logical skills in somehow, if you want to save time, you have to automate the testing skills. For that automation, you need the logical skill to write the programs. The second one is problem solving, because there are many problems come across this complete testing process. And the third one is the communication skills, because whenever there is a problem, there is a bug or defect you identify in that test, you have to report it to the developer. For that, the communication between the tester and developer should be perfect. And that's also.
Right. Once again, very good job over here, Rajat. You mentioned every point and you justified the points with reason. So that is the best quality about you. So this is the way that every interview should be given by an interviewer. So what happens is that when you put across a point and you fail to justify the point, at that time the point loses the value. Okay, but when you justify with any reason or example or answer, it becomes very strong. So full
Yes,
marks for
yes.
this. I cannot cut any marks over here. Till now, you
Okay.
are going very good. Thank you so much. So given a
The
situation, Rajat, for example.
yeah, one thing I noticed that at the starting point there was some pause. I means like I don't feel any means mistake is there or some negative point is there, but if we try to avoid that pause, then that will be good. Suddenly, if we told that answer.
Yes, sir.
You get. Yes. So the more prompt you are during the time of interview, the more proactive you are during the time of interview, it will be better. That is the point I think Amol wanted to convey. So yes.
Yes, yes. Got it.
Hired in my company. Okay, today after the interview you get selected within the company, and however once you after you get hired, there is some problem with the project that you had been assigned to, so we had to let go that project. So I do not have any opportunity right now to place you in any other testing profile. However, there is an opportunity for technical support. There is a requirement in the technical support team. So would you like to change your role or profile to a technical support to work in my company instead of a software tester if the situation demands?
So this is a very different situation for me. Uh, I like to work there, but not for a long time, because the thing for the field which I choose is software testing. So I want to be become as like managing a QA team in future. So the thing is, I want to be in this software testing field. I don't want to leave this field. Like it, if it's for 1 or 2 months, then it is okay to change the field, because in that field also somehow we got to learn new things.
Mention Rajat that. So over here, Rajat, the thing why interviewer generally asks this sorts of question is to check your flexibility. Sometimes what happens in the industry when you will enter, there will be very less chance that when a company will demand you to switch your role completely. Okay, so 1%, less than 1% chance when this kind of scenario will happen. However, the company wants to check that how capable are you or how flexible are you to do multitasking? Sometimes what suppose I'm working at the moment like a project manager. However, I have to be a part of the development team as well. I need to perform all development kind of things as well. So that is not my role. However, I have to do it. Why? Because that is the situation the company demands at the moment. Okay. So similarly, over here, do not adamantly say no. Okay. Or do not specify a time that you want to work there for 2 to 3 months and then you want to switch. So you should say the answer like that. My company has seen a potential of being a good software tester. For that reason, the company has hired me. And I'm very sure the company is also aware of my capabilities. If my company thinks that yes, I can justify the role of being a technical support, then I'm really flexible to take that opportunity, learn that domain, and excel in that field as well. However, I'll also means in future I'll definitely be a once again move into the profession of being a software tester, and I guess my company will understand the scenario and definitely place me in that in the field that I want to in future. So in this you are satisfying both the needs, that yes you will work
Right,
as a technical support since the situation demands, and later and it throw it to the interviewer himself yourself that company has taken the decision to hire me, right? So company knows what I'm good at and what I'm not. So if my company thinks that customer service role I can justify, then I will do that. But and also tell that since company has seen you the potential of being a good software tester, so definitely in future any project of software testing will come. I guess company will put me in that profile as well. So वैसे दोनों तरफ आपने खुश कर दिया. So it's a diplomatic answer, but yes, this type of answers are required during the time of interview because the interviewer wants to check your flexibility. That is the only thing.
yes, got it, sir.
Because sometimes what happens, they might hire you stating that it's a automation project that you have, but once you enter the company, you see it is completely manual. So you might not like that profile. So
Yes, sir.
at that time, this kind of scenarios happen because if a company is hiring you, that means the company is investing a lot of money on you. Because whenever they hire a new candidate, they have to go through a series of processes wherein a lot of money is involved. So definitely, the company doesn't hire you for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. They think of a longer duration of time, might be 3 years or 5 years. So that is the plan of a company. So if you say during the time of interview that I'll see for 2 to 3 months and then I'll change, then the interviewer might think that if I put into manual instead of automation, then you might change. Understood? So you need to be flexible. So diplomatic
Okay,
answers are always safe during the time of interview. Yeah.
okay, sir.
Would like to come or
Sir,
you
I
like to go
got,
through new
I
technologies
also
or
got stuck in this question.
right. It was a challenging question, and when it comes achanak, if it comes like that, then at that time definitely there is a problem.
Yes,
But you have handled it nicely. But
same thing.
yes, there are a few things that are required to be told. So we were also not aware of things when we
Okay.
were a fresher. Right now, 8.5 years we have spent in the industry, so we are right now aware how things are working. For that reason, we are able to guide you in a better way. Yeah.
Yes.
You'd like to do some research about new technologies that are
Yes.
coming in the market. What is the recent technology that you have checked?
Sir, it's RTX 300. That is a latest RAM by the NVIDIA, which they launch in the market in like November in this year. So I read about it, and the latest technology is in Python also. That is AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is the most trending technology which is ongoing in the market.
So are you planning to switch your profile from a software tester to a data science in the near future?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So it was good that you were aware of few things that you mentioned. Okay. So why I have asked you this question, because initially you told that you have a passion to search about new technologies and everything. So the question that you will invite is, what is the new thing that you have seen? And you have a strong answer, then it's absolutely fine. The interviewer is not going to ask question based on Python, AI, ML, or the or the thing that you mentioned, which I am not aware of.
Yes, sir.
So yes. So Rajat, in case you are working in my company and you and you are facing some challenges with your project manager. So in that kind of scenario, what will be your approach to ensure that it's a healthy environment in the workplace that every other colleague are working in? Yeah.
Okay. With the some respect with or
So there is a dispute between you
dispute.
and your
Okay.
project manager, and because of which you both are not in good terms. However, that should not be the environment within the bay or within the company. And definitely, you are not in a position to leave as well because you just joined the company, and you have to work under him for some time. So, what should be your approach that you sort the things out with your project manager?
Okay. So, sir, first of all, uh, there is a dispute between me and the project manager. So that dispute does not affect our work relations. So I'll leave that dispute outside, and I'll talk in person to him that if whatever the thing is happening, that will not take it out on the work, because it will affect our work as well as the company. So we'll sort it out after the work, or we'll discuss whatever the best situation is.
Right, very well said. So, as you mentioned, that since it's a dispute, so that our dispute should not affect our work. That is a very strong point that you mentioned, and that actually justifies the answer. So, there are no other improvements that are required. So, you give the perfect answer. So, it's absolutely fine. Very good.
Sir, I want to ask you something regarding this
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
Like you asked this question, this is also a different situation,
Hmm.
and in this situation, my communication skills are gone,
Right.
because it's a new question, and I don't have words, and I got a stop pause in between. What will I do for that
See,
when I don't
communication
have words?
and yes, communication and words is something that you can develop when you read newspapers, because when you go through newspaper, you within a small paragraph they explain many things. Okay, so that will help you to enhance your communication skill and also the right choice of words. So definitely you struggled over here to express yourself, but since your first point was strong enough, so I am able to understand that what you wanted to convey. However, uh, if it's a very strict round, then at that time the interviewer might cut some points over here. However, for me at that time it was fine because I was able to understand. So you could have said something like that uh, since it's a dispute between me and my project manager, so it should definitely not affect the work or other employees within my company. So I am very open to suggestion and discuss the things. I am a very straightforward person. So what I'll do, I'll speak to my project manager. I'll go to his cabin and speak regarding the problem that we two are facing. So we will be noting down the points. If he has some areas of improvements to share for me, then I'll definitely take it with my open hands. And and if I have some disagreement, then we will sort it within the four walls. We are not going to highlight this to any of our employees so that it can affect the quality of work within the company. So,
Yes, sir.
and if it's a personal problem, then definitely it is not related to my work. So I'll sort it outside my company, not within the company. That's simple and sweet. ऐसे करके बोल दोगे, there should not be any more problem. Okay. But you
Right,
have
sir.
given a good answer, the right point. But yes, you got stuck due to communication problem, but you will slowly develop. The more you practice, the more better you get with in communication. So not a problem. Absolutely. Well said once again. So Rajat, how do you feel about working late or during the weekends if the situation demands in my company?
Sir, working for late means overtime.
Might be you are put into a graveyard shift, which starts from 5:30 p.m. and ends at 3:30 a.m. So here a problem that happened was you were not able to understand that whether it
Yes.
was overtime or whether it was a shift. So it was asked to you that if you are asked to work late, so work late doesn't mean overtime. It means that if you have to do a night shift, okay,
Okay.
graveyard shift means night shift. So graveyard shift starts from 5:30 or 6:30 p.m. and it will end in 3:30 or 4:30 a.m. in the morning. So in this type of questions as well, so you need to be very flexible. So you need to say that I am open to any sort of work with whether it's a you mentioned over here one thing that you need Saturday and Sunday off, we'll say after some time
Yes,
that
sir.
is required. But it generally sometimes it might not happen in the industry. You might get rotational off. So rotational off means it's not fixed Saturday, Sunday off. You might get a
Yes.
Wednesday and Sunday off. You might get a Monday and Friday off. So it's something like that. So you should not specify anything during the time of interview that you need fixed off, you need a fixed work time, or anything like that. You need to be flexible with all these sorts of questions. Okay. Though at the back of the mind,
Okay.
the interviewer also aware that अरे बोल रहा है ऐसे ही बोलने के लिए, but it's fine. बोलने के लिए ही
Yes.
बोलना है. Understood? Yeah. Tester's job is for
So according to me, like we need we need this weekend, Saturday and Sundays as off. So
so a strict no, because you are a fresher. And for you, learning should be the most important thing. So you should never say that you need a fix. We need Saturday, Sunday off, and all anything like that. Even being so much experienced, we also do not commit anything like that because that means it's a strict no. Because some companies might be taking people or freshers who will be working for Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, because when you gain experience at that time, people tend to avoid those kinds of shifts. So they tell that I will not work. So they are in a position where they can say that I will not work, do whatever you want. But the fresher cannot do that. So you
yes,
won't say such kind of things. Yeah.
if it's like Tuesday or Wednesday, it's also okay for me. And the other one that is working for late night or overtiming, that is like okay for 1 or 2 weeks, and but it's not okay for long time uh, to put extra efforts and overtiming for the work.
So here you mentioned another point that it's not okay to put extra efforts. As a fresher, you cannot say that. You will have to put extra efforts because there are few startups where you will get the best quality of work. Okay, so you might be working in different frameworks, many things, all the latest technologies you will get to work in. However, the work time will be 14 hours to 15 hours, but you will not get that much pay as well. So will you leave such kind of opportunities? In fact, we should not leave such kind of opportunities because when you go into some multinational companies, there you do not get the uh, what should I say? You do not give a vast quality of work that within big organizations. Big
Yes,
organizations,
yes,
big names means all the works are streamlined. And when everything is streamlined, you do not have to make much effort. So you are not able to learn. But in
yes,
small
sir.
startups, there the work are not streamlined, but you need to do everything on your own. So you get to know
Yes, sir.
many things. So that experience values a lot, a lot. So if you struggle for 2 years in such companies, suppose you are getting a package of 3 lakhs in such companies, with that experience, when you will move to a multinational company, you will get a package of 10 lakhs to 11 lakhs, 12 lakhs. But however, when a person is starting in multinational companies, with their 2 years of experience, they will not get much hike. But with your 2 years of experience, you will get directly a hike to a double digit salary. Okay. So never say that uh, I do not want to put extra efforts because the interviewer wants to hear that you want to put extra effort. You
Yes,
have that
yes, yes.
hunger to learn new things. Okay. So those are
This is
important. Yeah.
a negative point, I think,
Yes,
which I
this is
told.
a negative point. Yes. No, it's not overtiming. It's a shift. So it's a shift that starts at 5:30 p.m. and ends at
Yes, sir.
3:30 a.m.
That's okay for me. I'll manage somehow.
So
Okay.
so that's okay for me. I'll manage somehow. Understood. You told two things at the same time. Either it should be okay for you, or you should say that I'll manage. But you should never say I'll manage. You said I am flexible to any sort of shift because I want to learn. And
Yes,
if
sir.
for learning, if I have to stay, if I have to be awake late night, I'll do that. Yes, please tell.
Sir, the word which is flexible. At the
Mhm.
interview time, I forgot all these words, like some magical words. I forgot at that time.
It happens. In the second interview, definitely we'll use these kinds of words. So with every passing interview, your quality will improve. So don't worry on that. That we can assure you. But you will have to practice these small
Yes, sir.
things. If all the students who are there with us, if you meet over Zoom and speak to each other, it will help you to enhance your personality as well. Because when we speak to someone else, at that time only we tend to make mistakes. Okay, when you speak to yourself, you see that everything is good, and you find that
Yes.
everything I'm saying correctly. But when I speak to someone else, at that time I'll fumble. I'll do a lot of these are called fillers. So that happens with me as well. So we should avoid. So the more we practice, the better we'll become. Yeah. So my final question for you would be that why should I be hiring you and not any other testers that are available in the market? What extra or what are the best part about you that you can give to my company?
Uh, Thank you, sir, for this question. Uh, Based on the research I have done, your company is looking for someone who has excellent listening skills, ability of self-learning, and confident personal. So, I'm the person with who has the experience with these languages, especially the coding skills, and I I'm the best match for this company. When I was in college days, I used to learn new technologies. So I learned Java and Python there, and I would love to bring these skills to this position, and I'll give the best to this company.
That's great. So very well said over here as well. So the question that was asked that why should I hire you basically. So this was your selling point. During the
Yes,
time of interview, we sell ourselves. As simple as that. If you have seen Rocket Singh. So in Rocket Singh, he sold a pencil, right? Like a BMW. So here also you need to sell yourself like you are a BMW. So the points you were mentioned were on point because you justified uh, the company's requirement. So that was a clever answer that you gave. The company is looking for this. So you
yes,
put everything on the company, and the company at that time cannot say more about anything that you mentioned. So whatever you have told correctly. But yes, choice of words can be better if you use some nice words or frame your sentences in a better way. It might sound good during the time of interview.
yes,
Yes.
sure.
So these are some typical questions that most of the companies will ask you. Okay, you will see that after all the interview rounds are over, you will see 95 to 99% questions are matching. So none of the questions will be absolutely out of the box or something you have never heard of. Might be the words will be different, however, the answers will be same or the meanings will be same of the questions. Okay, so if you practice, then it will definitely help you.
Yes, sir. One
Govind and Amol,
another question I want to ask.
yes, please.
Sir, when I was like talking to you, or I
Mhm.
just got to know that we have to maintain the eye contact,
Yes, that I
and
was. Mhm. Yes,
I
continue,
am
please.
doing like this, like I'm doing
Right.
like
So I
this.
think you have seen the previous feedbacks. So
Yes, sir.
you are doing like this. I have seen that. However, you are not doing it for a very long time. You are when you are thinking, it's going like that, right?
Yes.
So to some extent, we can do that. However, not a very long time. So when you started initially, you are doing it quite frequently. But ensure that you do not make a lot of movement with your head, and you remain absolutely at your place and speak. Eye contact is very important because during the time of face-to-face interview, we speak by looking directly at the face, right? If you have to think something, you have to look at the person's face and then think, rather than you think like this. We do not do like that, right?
Right,
So
sir.
during these virtual interviews as well, at that time we have to look straight into the camera and speak. So that will be better. Okay. You see, other candidates were doing a lot. For that reason, we highlighted the point. You are not doing that much. For that reason, we thought it's okay. Okay. But yes, since you have checked other videos, I'm really happy. and you should also implement that in yourself if you have figured it out.